So I know this is late, but I still wanted to make a video on the stuff that was fixed previously from last update. Even though the next update tomorrow might fix more things, I'll still probably try to make a video then. But given my current situation, it's really hard to make videos. But I still try to anyways because I feel like it's just the right thing to do, even though I'm very small and no one probably cares. But enough yapping about useless stuff. Let's yap to the reloads. So there's no reloads necessarily, only two technically because they forgot to put them off camera. But with the Evochrome Burst Rifle, the Mythic, Legendary, and Epic all work normal and as to be expected. The default rigging, the reload off camera, all that jazz. But for some reason with the common, uncommon, Epic, they get treated you know, still moving gun, which basically looks like a PNG. Even though it's not, it's 100% a full model of a gun. It's way better than it was on release. And for some reason, also, when you spawn it in, it doesn't have ammo in the magazine. You have to reload it. But, yeah. Either way, the reload is still on screen. Looks really good, though, despite it, being not for first person. And on top of that, even though for some reason the bolt doesn't fly forward when you rack it, it is held open by the magazine, meaning it's based on one of the AK variants where they have a pseudo bolt hold open because the magazine just stops the bolt, much like the Beretta from the one that Indiana Jones, the Great Circle uses. So, same thing for the Evo Chrome shotgun. Looks a lot better for the Mythic, Legendary, and Epic variants, but the common, uncommon, and rare variants get this better than it was on release, but it's still hella broken for some reason. And also, when you shoot the gun, your hand moves backwards for some reason. I do not know why, because it's a semi-auto, and there's no pump action that's going. So that's a bit funny. Oops, I am changing too much weapons. The next set of weapons are the Plasma Burst Laser. Finally, the Surge Fire SMG, which I believe these sights are misaligned maybe, but either way, it's finally cool to actually see what these sights look like. And everything still works properly, and the reload is off camera, of course. The Oni shotgun, you know, finally we have a double barrel that you can actually use in first person. Looks decent-ish, even though for some reason they chose out of all the weapons to make it look really stylized, the double barrels for some reason. Don't know why. And the scope revolver is finally fixed, which is really good because a little tangent I'm going to go on here. I believe I'm partially the reason this revolver exists because I asked my sister to draw the Judge revolver from Save the World with a scope on it, and my mom saw that and wanted to post that, and weeks later, this came into the game, so that's cool. Most likely a major coincidence, but it is really cool that this revolver exists in the game. So I really hope that Epic adds another revolver into the game that is based on the Model 29 specifically, so I can have a realistic looking revolver also on top of this cool revolver. Even though it's still cartoonish, I still really like it because, I mean, it's basically exactly how I thought of, a scope revolver would be in this game, and they, well, did it. The Nighthawk also is inherently fixed a little bit, even though it's still with the buggy hand holding it like a rifle thing, which also is still present in third person for some reason. But, you know, whatever. The rocket launcher is also fixed with its iron sights. Even though the iron sights are definitely not usable, they're still well modeled and you can give a suggestion that you're using them. But either way, though, it's very cool that you can actually use it as intended. This inherently also works for the pumpkin grenade, like pumpkin launcher, as well as the shockwave one, the epic legendary model, and I think the anvil launcher as well. Even though the epic legendary and pumpkin launcher do not have sights necessarily. The epic legendary model of this do have sights; they're just not folded up. But it's whatever. It was a third-person game, and they're not even offset, which they should be because of how you hold the rocket launcher. But you know, small tangent aside, you get to actually aim rather than see through the gun. And last but not least, the original submachine gun, the Tech 9, I think might be fixed. I don't know. I don't remember if it was broken or not. By the way, it's really cool that it's fixed now because something about it does look different. But that might just be because they're fixing their default rigging, which, by the way, they did because the hand is now like glued to the forend of the weapon rather than just clipping when you look up and down. So that's very cool. So that's about it. I'll probably see you after tomorrow's update if they do fix more things with the first person camera or more of the small bugs that I've previously established that I pray get fixed, like especially for Fenix and Volpez with the kicks difference because Fenix needs to have better kicks compatibility. I do not know why they still haven't fixed that, but I mean, I guess it makes sense. Either way, though, that's about it for this video.